giving you the real from A to Z surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with A to Z Sports. Live with Will Steele.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Oh, yeah. Good morning. Good. Hey. Welcome to A to Z Sports Live, presented by the Cochran Firm and Boston Scientific. I am your host, Will Skywalker Steele. Boom! Little shimmy. Feeling good today, man. Today is Tape Tuesday. Going to give some of my thoughts on what I saw on the playback, right? Some of the concepts I like, some of the things that we can improve on. Plus in the roundup, injury reports, getting closer to certain players. Some good news on players that left the game. And I'm not going to quite pass out a plate to this person in the roundup. Maybe I'm going to give him let him taste our potato salad, if you know what I'm saying. I might let him taste our potato salad. So we'll see what's up. I'll let y'all know who that is in the roundup. But I think they are deserving, or he is deserving, of some praise. So I will give that player some praise in the roundup before we jump into Tape Tuesday. More concepts, man, that I like. I'm just saying. And I know teams are going to play you differently from week to week. But if you can build on these things, as players continue to come back, you have Michael Gallup who came back, right? Offensive line, something we'll talk about in this Tape Tuesday. Dak will be back soon. James Washington will be back soon. I'm just saying, maybe they're learning from their mistakes or just getting better in general. So we'll talk about all that, man. But shout out to the Bomb Squad in the building.
Bomb Squad!
Derek said, I love when you say boom. Listen, I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm working on some type of shirt, man. And by the way, I got that from, and I was slipping my mind, NXT WWE guy. Adam Cole. I'm thinking about getting a shirt where, I hit him with the boom and it's just a silhouette and it's a black. Trust me, man. I'm working on it. But it gets me fired up. It gets me real fired up for the show. And y'all know I like to bring these things in with energy because that's important. Period. Every day, y'all waking up at 8-something if you're in Central Time, 9-something if you're Eastern, 6-something if you're over there in the West. Jeez. So I'm just trying to do something nice for y'all. So I'll think about that, man. Get a little merch going on. Hold tight, my Reading brother. Hold tight. If you want to call into the show, you can. 351-999-3787. It does feel good to be back here in the home stew. Hopefully next year we'll have a better looking home studio. We working, man. We working. What else before we get going here? Oh, if you want to keep up with me and all things A to Z Sports Dallas, just follow that DFW turf ticker down there, the #1 artificial turf in the DFW area. If you want to know more information, hit up dfwturf.com. My Twitter's there. I talked about a lot of what I saw on tape on Twitter without giving away everything for the show. So if you want to go run that back, you can. But I urge y'all to just stick here. Just stay tight. We got some good stuff we're going to review in this tape. Also, before we get into the roundup and stuff, I get a Taker Bell for the Rams pass offense. Y'all watched, right? Like y'all saw what I saw, and I'm not trying to jump too far ahead. We'll talk about the Rams probably tomorrow, but I'm just saying, Cowboys Nation, 17 pressures yesterday or last night. What was it, 6 sacks? Now that San Fran team is good.
You lose it, you never win.
Oh, boy! Yeah!
Oh, one more time, Uncle Shay.
Oh, boy! Yeah!
I'm just saying, I'm looking at that pass offense. I'm looking at that pass protection, and Micah and DQ and DeMarcus Lawrence and all those boys, they got to be, licking their chops, man. That looks like barbecue chicken. We talked about the Washington football people's pass defense being barbecue chicken, which we'll take a look at that. But that pass rush or that pass offense and that pass protection ain't looking too good. And I know it's week to week, and that's their, division rival. They know each other very well. He scored 9 points. I know it's week 1, but they scored 10 points. Matt Stafford leads the league in interceptions. All right, let me calm down. Let me just keep this calm. We'll talk about this tomorrow. I just, came away from that game feeling pretty good about what's possible on Sunday. But let's get into this roundup, Cowboys Nation.
It's time! It's time! It's time! It's time! It's time! It is time for...
It's time for the morning roundup. Round 'em up, boys.
Hey. Yo. Coach McCarthy yesterday was asked about Dak Prescott and seeing what's going on with him. He's going to be seeing a doctor, I think, today. But this is what Coach had to say about ramping him up. He said, I definitely want to see Dak Prescott go through a full week of prep before he plays. I mean, we're not talking about being out 1 week here or 2 weeks. This is going to eventually be a month. We've got 4 7-day runs here. So I think that time will time up. Basically, what he's saying is, hey, he's not out a week. It ain't 2 weeks. We're talking about a month, possibly 4 games here. 3 games, 4 games, whatever. So, I want to see him go through a full week prior to him getting out there. Now, on Sunday, I think in the pregame show, when they showed his hand, I said to Jesse, I said, hey, his hand's still swollen. It's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. You start gearing up on Tuesday. He's going to the doctors? Yeah, no, I don't foresee him going out there, nor do I think he needs to go out there this week. Give it that full 4 weeks and see where we're at next week. So, and he even said it. He wants to see a full week of Dak Prescott in practice, and he has to be able to grip it and things like that. But we'll know more probably Thursday for this show. They'll come out Wednesday in practice, but the show will already have went on Wednesday morning, so we won't know till Thursday on this show. But we'll know in general how he's doing. Positive updates on Quentin Bohanna and Noah Brown. As I said yesterday, Bo flat out told me straight up, hey, I'm good. I ain't missing no action. And I know a lot of players say that, so I wanted to wait to see what happened this week for practice. Well, Noah Brown and Quentin Bohanna are scheduled to practice this week per Mike McCarthy. Noah was dealing with the neck, Bohanna the shoulder. Now, fortunately for Noah, it was just a strain as opposed to something more serious. So, like I said yesterday, all hands need to be on deck on Sunday. Granted, they just came off a terrible game. This is still a team you got to respect, right? So you need all hands on deck. And Noah Brown and Cooper Rush, while Noah's not putting up ridiculous numbers, he still does the dirty work. And Cooper Rush and Noah Brown have this chemistry. Now, that's a gift and a curse, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about when we see this the film here. But I think it's normal. Guys have their guys, and Noah is Rush's guy because they were on the practice squad, they were on the utility squad, they were backup, so that's the chemistry they have. But I would rather him be out there than not, because then if we're talking about Cooper Rush playing, you're talking about CeeDee Lamb and then other guys that don't really have that chemistry with him. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But good information, good updates on Noah and Big Bo. Now, y'all know I usually pass out plates on Wednesdays, and it's usually to the defense. But I don't know if you want to call this a plate or not. Yeah, maybe we'll give Brett a taste of what this cookout food is like. But I don't think I gave enough due to money, Maher. So I want to just give it a minute or two to talk about Brett Maher. I know a lot of people were worried when he got brought back on, and as was I initially, until I saw that ball come off his foot down there in Oxnard, and I said, whoop, see you, Lirum. As long as he can make 2 field goals in preseason, Lirum's out of here, bro, because the ball just didn't come off the same way. Now it was about just getting behind him. And then when we hit that money or that Brett Maher, I was all in on Brett. But in all seriousness, though, in training camp, I didn't see him miss. In preseason, I didn't see him miss. So I felt good going into it, but you just never know with kickers. But then I had to reach back and say, well, it wasn't bad in New Orleans. Players get better. Kickers have ebbs and flows, right? Brett Maher is 10 for 11. 10 for 11. He's your leading scorer on offense. And the only reason why he missed the field goal is because they elected to go for a 59-yard field goal to end the half in New York. I mean, that's hard to do in New York. So who's mad at him missing a 59-yard field goal? Oh, but he's nailed the other 50-yarders. He's made 4 50-plus yard field goals so far this season, including a game winner, and 17 of his 18 kickoffs have gone for a touchback. He went like 17 straight at one point. Have gone for a touchback. When I say these last 3 weeks have been a collective team effort, we cannot leave out Money Maher. Can't do it. Won't do it. I want winners. So shout out to Brett Maher. Dallas, you ain't tell nobody about no Bland. Bland was our guy. Why y'all always come on here with that nonsense? I told you. What you paying attention, dog? We love Deron Bland in training camp, man. Loved him. All right. Now, I know y'all already up here on these phone lines. So let me go ahead and clear these things out real quick. And we can get to this, my Sky Optics is what I call it. Some of the things that I've seen before we get into the film room. Some of the things that I've seen behind the scenes, if you want to say that, on the rewatch. Let's get my guy James from Cali in the building. What up?
What's going on, Will?
What's up, man?
And not much. But I'll tell you, yesterday I watched you and Vox. I don't know what got into him, boy. But that boy was preaching yesterday.
Yo, the
you
opening
guys
sermon.
Had me laughing. I was laughing, but hey, it made sense though. It made sense the way he did it. It made a lot of sense. Vox is cool, and so are you. But anyway, I agree with a lot of what you guys were saying. Now, here was my question. I was going to call and ask, but I know I had some things that I had to do, so I couldn't call in to ask you guys together. But I'm going to ask you. So let's just say hypothetically, and especially after watching the Niners beat the Rams, and I don't see how we're offensively, and I think defensively, I think we're better than the Niners. But offensively, I don't know how much different we are. But
it's a good defense. I kind of disrespected that defense.
Beats the Rams. Would you, and Dak is ready for the Eagles, would you hold him out one more game just to see if Russ can beat the Eagles? I don't know. What would you do with that?
What did you just say? You said if Dak is ready?
Let's say if Dak is ready.
No, I know what you said. I'm just talking about the end. You said
Russ
if
goes out and beats the Rams.
I'm talking about the end. You said Dak is ready?
Let's just say if he's ready to go for the Eagles 100%.
I know what you said. This is part of my answer. You said Dak is ready, right?
Yeah.
You put him back in. I'm not making this any more difficult.
Okay, I was just kind of wondering. Yeah. So it's kind of like Dak is your starter, and you have a very healthy backup that you don't go out and win.
I mean, isn't that the case? What are you insinuating?
Well, no, it is the case. I'm just happy for once that we actually have a backup quarterback, unlike those 1 years when Dak or whoever got hurt, and we had the Whedon and Castle carousel. I don't want to go through that again.
No, we don't. Not at all.
Yeah. But anyway, though, I don't want to keep you too long, man, because like I said, I just got out of the hospital. I just want to let you know that I only listened to you and Vox, and yesterday was a pretty cool show. You didn't have a whole lot to say because it was like, how do you follow Vox? And sometimes that's the way to go. How do you follow him because he's so good?
Yeah, you gotta learn to be. See, I am. This is my show. That's his show. So you gotta be able to put two hats on, right? You're the co-pilot. You're the passenger. You're the co-host. You
Yes,
be the
sir. But
co-host.
hey,
You
you know
let
what
that,
though?
or you let him do his thing.
But you know what, Will, though? You do a good job, man. I think you two are like two peas in a pod when you guys make the show, and it's awesome to watch it.
Thank you,
So
man. I
that's
appreciate
all
it.
I got, man.
Thank you, brother.
Oh, you're welcome, man. All right.
Let's go on to my Reading brother. Always calling in with the love. Appreciate you calling in. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. How you doing, Will?
I'm
God
good, man.
bless you and the show and your family like always. I just got two things to say. I was watching the game last night. I believe our defense is going to get to their quarterback real bad because that defense that we got is very well. You see what we're doing already, and also too, I believe that if Rush can do good, hold out Dak the game after the Eagles and then put him in because I'd rather have him at the end of the season when we really need him than put him in. Then he gets hit on it. Then we're gonna really be, like jumping on over the places. You understand what I'm trying to say? Do you think I'm right on that one?
I think that you can't play you can't like build that way. You can't build on fear. Like you can't be like, okay, he's healthy, but I'm afraid he might get hurt again, so I'm gonna hold him out till the last end of that. You can't do that, especially at that position. So I don't necessarily agree. I respect your opinion, but you can't be like, oh well, you know what? He might get hurt this game, so we'll wait to. Well, he might get hurt this game, so you might as well just not ever put him back in if you think he's going to get hurt until the end of the season. And at that point, you don't put him back in, especially if you're doing, continuing to win games. So, nah, I don't agree with it, but I respect your opinion.
Oh no, okay, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? But what I was trying to say because it's like being that it still look kind of swollen. And you know how the way Dak is. Dak just wants to be there for the team, which, that's what you want because you want your quarterback to be there. But if Russ is doing okay, I mean, as soon as he's ready, throw him back into the fire because that's what we gave him the $40 million. But I still think that finger looks swollen. It really does.
But all right, that's two different things, though. You said at the initial of the call was, just hold him back because you're afraid he's going to get injured again. I was under the assumption you meant if he's ready. If he's not ready, you don't put him in, period, right? Like you wait till he's 100%. If he's 100%, you don't then say, well, you know what? Let's hold him out just in case he gets hurt again. The only way you're going to know if he gets hurt again when he's 100% is to put him in there.
Okay, my brother. Well, God bless you and your family and the show like always. And I'll check this out later on at the Rock Show. You still do a great job and keep up the good work.
Thank you, good brother. Let's get to one more, then we'll head on into this Sky Optics. What's good, 704? Who this?
Man, this is Marcos. What's up with you, Mr. Winston? It's your boy from Charlotte.
You. I don't know if you got me on speaker, but I'm having a hard time hearing you. Who's this?
It's your boy from Charlotte. It might be. I think I'm in Atlanta right now, so I might have a bad connection.
Damn, he just threw Atlanta under the bus. Atlanta, y'all ain't shit down here with this internet connection. What's up, though, man?
Now, I was calling to tell you, I don't know what technique Anthony Brown playing, but it's wide. It must be wide open, let your man score technique. I mean, he's trying to play trail technique, but he been getting toasted. He's making me hot, man.
Damn, yeah. So you thought he got cooked on that one? I thought it was a really good pass, honestly, but.
I thought he was trolling the whole time. I feel like if you need a player on the Cowboys, just throw it on Anthony Brown's side.
Oh, well, yes. I mean, that's a given, right? Like, if I'm going into the game, that's who I'm trying to target is Anthony Brown for sure.
Yeah, I want to see it. I mean, I think he's trying to play like Diggs, but Diggs got more. I mean, he just got more talent than he. I'm not happy with him, and then I'm not happy with Van Der Esch either. Van Der Esch got I put somebody that can run, man. Even though Van Der Esch been playing decent, but he can't run. We gotta get somebody that can run.
Yeah, boy.
It was one play I think old buddy hit the corner on it. It might have been number 41, and Van Der Esch he just just taking his time to get to the spot. Man, run to the sideline. Take him or put. And I'll tell you another thing. Still, I think I want to do with Parsons. We can't just rush him every down. We gotta put him back in line back a little bit because they chipping him. They gonna hurt him up.
Well, listen, we definitely gonna break down more of this D, but you're absolutely right. come from the thought process of Micah has to be everywhere, but I feel like he has to primarily be in the middle. When I say primarily, I mean even if it's 51%, right? It don't got to be that high, but I mean just he needs to be there so we can be better against the run, and B, what I think he's going to start seeing now is, listen, all right, man, we know you are a problem. What did the Cowboys do to Joey Bosa last year? They ran at his ass.
Yeah.
They chipped dudes at him. They was diving at his legs. They was getting 2-3 bodies on him, and what's that going to do to Micah? You saw him at the end of the game. Ah, man. Back a little bit sore here, man. I don't know what happened here. So, you gotta, I hate to say it because I don't want to play scared, but you gotta protect him from himself and just from yourself as well, because it can be you could fall into that trap of Micah Parsons is the best edge rusher, so let's just throw him out there 90% of the time at edge. I think you would be hurting yourself by doing that as opposed to helping your defense.
I feel like he good at pass rushing, but what do you weigh? 250. Most of them big dudes. They I mean, even though Parsons is a big dude, but most of them they can take that punishment. Getting chipped.
No, they can't. They can't either. They hurt too. But them Bosa boys be getting hurt every year. You know what I'm saying? But their bodies are built differently. You're absolutely correct. And Micah so far, thank God, he's been healthy. And it's not even about that. Like, I'm not talking about him getting hurt. It's more so him wearing down. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to wear down throughout the game.
Yeah, and that's the only problem I have with the game and with the couple games, the first 3 games. I don't know what we're going to do with Anthony Brown. Maybe we should put Bland out there and let him play. Oh, Brown, he trailed too much for me. I can't stand the way his technique trash. And you'll see, sometimes you have your food, you'll be like, dang, I like Anthony Brown. And then it's just, when they need a play, I'm like, bro, you see Dotson. I mean, he's just looking in the backfield on one play. Like, I know it might not be his fault, but, bro, we got defenders that can run people down now. You looking in the backfield.
I can't speak on. I didn't watch the defensive film. I just have a hard time believing he had this atrocious game when they had like 170 passing yards. I don't understand. Like, but I'll go back and I'll watch, and I'll see what Anthony Brown did. I know he gave up that touchdown, but that was a damn good throw. It put it right where nobody else can get the ball. But I'll go back and watch. I know Anthony Brown's a hot topic. Not everybody likes AB, but I don't want to give you the wrong opinion without actually going back and watching the game. That part of the game.
Man. Yes, sir. Mr. Steele, I appreciate you, brother. You're always a good dude. You're probably the only show I call in to.
My man.
The only one, because you let me say my piece, and I appreciate that, brother.
100%. I always let y'all do that, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Be blessed, brother.
You as well.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't want to do that to y'all. You know what I'm saying? God dang, it's still messed up back there. What is going on? I'll watch it. I'll go back and I'll watch it, and I'll have a better opinion on it. But, I mean, maybe somebody else watched it already. Maybe y'all could tell me. Was he atrocious? Was he bad? Los snuck up in here. Los, let me get you real quick. What's good, Los?
Good morning, Scott, man. Buenos dias. I'm going to make my points quick, and that's it, man. Hey, seems like Thanos finally found himself in our playbook, being a balance, and something and 27-27, right? We were half passing, half running. And I always told you, Scott, the more we can help this defense this year, the more we have the ability to go absolutely ham and dictate the game. This game in particular, there were chances we could have put it on their throats and put the Commanders in the desperate bind, by putting points on the board or maybe dictating time of possession. But that's something any offense can work on. But I'm going to hit you with these numbers, Sky. 195, 165, 169, 155. Our defense has allowed 171 passing yards per game. So we have to shout out the secondary as well with this D-line. So I just want to see, to close, with that coming back healthy, we can't stress that enough. With this scheme, you can do something special with both sides of the ball. But Cooper better start against these Rams, in my opinion, because I want to see how he does against a well-respected and coached organization. Because let's see how it is. Rams lost a lot of good players, and they're still good. They're still the champions, So I just want to see, you got to beat them to beat them, And I just really want Dak healthy, and I already know what Dak is, and I already know he's our guy. But until he starts looking out like what's his name, Jim Hardy out there. For those who don't know him, look him up. There's no controversy, and either for the front office, either fails him or puts him in the best situation with the hands they have. And that's all I have to say, Sky. Peace.
Who's Jim Hardy? Anybody know? I really badly want to get that. I don't know who Jim Hardy is, and I don't like it. Appreciate you, Los. That was the first part of the Pulse of the Nation hotline presented by the Cochran Firm. We were at the Cochran Firm yesterday. And listen, guys, if you get into an automobile accident, a fender bender, anything like that around here, because this is Dallas, and y'all can't drive, make sure I hit up our guys, Larry Taylor and Brian Pope. They will fight and handle any of your cases, whether it be, a wrongful death, fraud, truck, automobile accidents, class action, whatever, you name it, they're there for you. They not only fight for you, but they fight for this DFW community. Hit up 1-800-THE-FIRM or schedule your free consultation today at CochranTexas.com. Anybody know that it? Jim Hardy? He's a quarterback with 8 picks. He played in the 50s. Let me find out Los, who is much younger than me, I found out. We'll look it up. We'll look it up later. All right, before we jump into the film room, let's hit up my Sky Optics observations that I noticed from Sunday's game. One of the first things that pop out, because literally the first half, the first possession, Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne were problems. I mean, massive problems. We talked about this, though, right? In the, X Factors. Interior line, got to stay stout. Got to play well. Jonathan Allen gave everybody work. Everybody. I trade a lot for Jonathan Allen. I'm just saying, I do this. And rightfully so. Aaron Donald is the man. Man, but Jonathan Allen is so goddamn good. But anyway, they struggled mightily with Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne, especially when running up that middle. Crazy thing about this game when it comes to running, their best options when running, their best success, their most success came in shotgun. It came in shotgun, and they weren't doing anything cute. They just hey, we're just running to stay on script, and they got some 4 or 5 yard carries, but wasn't a whole lot of it. A lot of these plays were blown up because Jonathan Allen is just a freaking game wrecker. A game wrecker. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, hey, man, well, how did McGovern do? Put Peters in. Peters got some of that work, too. Peters got some of that work, man. Somebody asked me on Twitter, hey, when you ready to put Peters in? I said, well, they better do something fast because this is 2 games in a row now where, you can tell I don't play this position. So I'm still getting my feet wet. I'm still figuring this situation out at left guard. I will say, though, he was better than McGovern. McGovern's first game back was not good. So I'm going to be very curious to see what they do with Jason Peters and McGovern moving forward. Now, first game back from McGovern, high ankle sprain. Maybe he was, trying to not put too much weight on that ankle. But Jonathan Allen's a beast, too. So, there's that. But I think I would ask that question. Hey, coach. And they did ask him, I think, about Jason Peters and those boys. And they said they'll all play, meaning Forniak as well, because he did some fullback things. They brought the Hawk back. We'll show that in the film room. But Bomb Squad, It was rough. It was rough for those boys. Play action, still money. I don't do the grade situation. I don't. But Jonathan Owning posted something, and he said the highest graded quarterback out of play action is Cooper Rush. The 7th worst quarterback in no play action is Cooper Rush. Pretty big discrepancy. So damn it, I'm going to lean into what the hell was working. And that's play action. And they ran it 9 more times. Again, more times this game than the first 2 games combined. More times the last 2 games than any 2 games combined last year. Keep leaning into it. And they had their success in it. It wasn't as grandiose as it was in the last game, but there still was success out of the play action with big time catches and big time throws and first downs. So I will continue to lean into the play action. But in order to get people to, bite on these things, you have to show a commitment to it. I'm going to keep going back to week 1 when Devin White said we knew y'all wasn't going to run, and they played like it, or be committed to the run, and they played like it. So that balanced approach that Dallas has now shown 3 weeks in a row is something that teams have to go in and week out and say, well, we can't attack this the same way we attacked this last year, because they are willing now to stick with it, even when it's not working. Even when it's not working. I have my gripes about the selection of plays from a run department, and I know the O-line struggled, but didn't we know, Cowboys Nation, didn't we know that was the interior of their defensive line was the best part of their defense? So why are we continuing to attack it? We didn't run a single play from a run game standpoint, from a creative standpoint, that we did in week 3. We didn't run it in week 4. You didn't see any orbit motions. You might have saw a toss, but you didn't see any of that type of stuff. So that was just slightly disappointing from a run game standpoint, but maybe he goes back to it. Maybe he's keeping it a tuck. I don't know. But I would like to see them get some action off of that stuff. Now, they did bring back the Hawk. I don't remember the Hawk last week too many times. Maybe they did. I just don't remember it. But this week, they definitely brought back the Hawk package and ran play action out of it. And we got a funny play that I'm going to show later. And then finally, before we get into some of these concepts, the screen game. I says it needs work, but how many times have I said this for years? This screen game, it lacks execution. It lacks creativity. It lacks anything. And I don't know what happened, y'all. What happened? The Cowboys used to be a very good screening team. I saw Zeke take many to the crib. And I asked this question on Twitter, and I got a lot of good answers, man. People were talking about, hey, no Travis Frederick. The offensive line is different, so you don't got the athleticism of Tyler Smith is athletic, but you don't got the all-world guys, right? Like Travis Frederick, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin in his prime. Hell, Lyle Collins used to love getting out in the open field when he had a hip. And it's something small, but I do think that the screen, we need to have a screen game, y'all. Like you can't be a team that relies on the run. And when games like this happen, sometimes the screen can be an extension of the run, right? Something quick, easy. Throw it behind the line of scrimmage, get you 8 to 10 yards. Oh, they were poor. I didn't even want to pull the plays out. They were so poor. One of the plays, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. It was when they were backed up. In fact, it was back-to-back screens. And Dalton Schultz, I really don't understand what happened, man. They doubled one guy. Dalton Schultz was, getting the action. Pat, turn around, catch the rock, but nobody touched Dalton's guy, and he just got the tackle. So We got to fix this screen game. Anybody know why we can't do a screen anymore successfully? Is it being creative? Is it the lack of creativity? Is it Kellen Moore that's just not in his bag? Anybody have an answer for me? Because I would love to see it. You're going to be facing a lot of them. You know, and I always talk about this being a copycat league. And I look over there in KC. Just still they screen. I mean, but again, that's been in Andy Reid's bag for years. He's been one of the best, if not the best, screen team in the National Football League. But I can't for the life of me figure out why. I mean, I feel like they just do it to do it. Last year, they were trying all these wide receiver screens. That didn't work. Usually, the tight end screens are pretty decent with this team. Sunday, that didn't work. The running back screens have been awful for years now. They have to sell the screen. Lack of execution. That's what I was thinking as well. I don't really see anything else here. Richie Anderson going underneath for screens. Man, you're going way back, but we can just go back to just 3, 4, 5 years ago. We were a good screen team. Hey, right there. Jay said those screens used to be good for bread and butter or for Zeke. Yeah, they ain't hitting like they used to, man. James says Kellen's being forged to call the game he is not used to. 2016 was definitely peak. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. But hopefully we get better with it. I mean, it does lack some creativity, too. It's some basic-ass screens. But my worry is, if they do get creative, are they going to execute it? Maybe they don't spend as much time on it. I don't know. But all right, before we get into this film room, I know we got to talk about Boston Scientific. Hey, ED can affect your self-esteem and impact your most important relationships. Take a free online assessment that you can share with your doctor. Click the ad in the description. There's a permanent, satisfying solution to treat your ED on the way. Again, click the ad or visit ed.org to get the facts and find a urologist who can offer treatment options when others do not work. edcure.org, sponsored by Boston Scientific.
You're listening to A to Z Sports.
Do it live!
At some point, hoping to broadcast
In front of the millions
of Cowboys fans to bring you the real. But for now, strap up and here's your host, Skywalker Steele.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
We'll do it live.
Oh, stupid, man. On your point there, King Wilo. Trickery is not creativity. He said, I hope creative don't look like a reverse. 3 weeks in a row. Has he ever went... Serious question. Has Kellen Moore went 3 weeks in a row without running some type of crazy-ass play? Double, triple, reverse. Jet sweep. Flea flicker. I'm just saying, man, like the identity is definitely switched ever since my man called him out. So I love it. I love to see it. Y'all so wild in this chat, man. Y'all so wild in this chat. All right, we about to hit the film room. 351-999-3787 if you want to call in, get your spot or what have you. Make sure I got this thing ready to go. Yes, indeedy. All right, Cowboys Nation. Favorite part of Tape Tuesday is taking a look at some of these things that work, some things that didn't work, some things we can improve upon, and some good throws and some good runs and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump up into this film room. I talk about bunch formations with Professor O a lot. We've had conversations about this because we don't do a ton of them. But Dallas did here on this play. I said, I love this concept, and I hope they come back to this. You got a bunch formation out here to the right. They're going to run some form of a zone. And this is why I like this concept. When you see you're going to get a mesh right here, you're hoping to get him confused so that Tony Pollard gets open, and he does. But the reason why I say come back to this is because you're going to have Dalton Schultz here. Or this may not be Dalton Schultz. This may be Michael Gallup. This may be somebody else. James Washington, Tober, whomever. Going to have that there. They was holding a lot, too. Take a look at this real quick. He's holding. He's hugging. These boys didn't want nothing to do with anything back there. But I hope they come back to this because I like the concept. You get a mesh underneath. You got these two, Noah Brown coming right behind Dalton Schultz, and you had guys open all over here, get a check down, get a nice little gain. Unfortunately, that was third down, but kind of interesting because he usually throws beyond the sticks, but he didn't on this one. But we got to come back to this, I think. I think you'll see that there will be some options here, not only in this game, but in other games moving forward. All right, what we got here? Lamb activated. Oh, this was the Lamb drive. This was the Lamb drive. You can see him play. Hey, make sure y'all look for Lamb. Pre-snap motion. We're going to ID. Is this man? Is this zone? Goes in motion. They bump down. Usually when you bump down, you're most likely looking at some form of zone. Now you're going to get a clear out hitter. What I mean by clear out hitter, Dalton Schultz is going to push these guys out. Great design, by the way. I believe this is Zeke. He's going to carry this man out. Lamb's going to take his time, let the route develop. Boom! And you're going to see a crap ton of green here. Let the play run. Watch all this green. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Good play design here, man. And honestly, Schultz is not going to get a lot of credit in this game from a statistical standpoint where he could have had a lot of credit or a lot of stats. But he did a lot of clearing out for other guys in this game, and you're just going to get a nice throw. Puts it on the back shoulder a little bit. He puts it out in front of everybody, right? Remember that? But it's good enough to where, I mean, look at all the green. Look at all the green in front of CeeDee Lamb. Kudos to Kellen Moore for getting CeeDee Lamb matched up on a linebacker and taking advantage of that. That's what we want to see. What we got here? Oh, another Lamb. So this is, again, Lamb. This drive is all CeeDee Lamb, by the way. Lamb activated play action is money. 88 wiggle. Look at all this green. Now, I highlight this dude right here, Jamin Davis, because watch how he bites on this play action. They were just not good. Their zone coverage not good. Their man coverage not good. They just not good in coverage. He bites extremely hard, abandons his zone, and look at all this green. But before I let the play run, watch CeeDee Lamb with the wiggle and fold. Hit! Woo! Boy, that boy CeeDee Lamb, man. Watch the wiggle from the end zone angle. Watch the wiggle here. Hit! Nothing but green. Good throw. Gets it out in front. Yakety yak. Don't come back. Another Lamb is activated. Play action. Check out your boy Matt Forniak. They say, you know what, McGovern, you are a starter. We'll put Matt Forniak in there. Matt Forniak, believe it or not, opens up this play. This is hilarious to me. Play action, first of all, pulls these guys up because that's what play action does. And watch Matt Forniak. Is he Matt Forniak or is he Marshall Faulk? I wouldn't give a damn about this offensive lineman. I'm sorry, I just wouldn't. And look what it does behind him. Look at all this green. Pitch and catch. easy money, first down. Let's go. I'm actually shocked that teams give a damn about an offensive lineman. I mean, this is hilarious to me. Why do you care, sir? Why? All right. Pitch and catch. Let's roll. What we got here? Okay, so this was the interception, the first interception. They're going to blitz. By the way, is that music too loud? Let me know. I'll turn it down. They are going to send 7 on accident, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think they were supposed to. That's why I have here blown assignment. But let's go ahead and let it run, and then we'll come back to see where they should have went, in my opinion. Underthrows, it gets intercepted, but we get the flag, right? There is definitely a blown assignment here. It has to be. I think it's this safety or corner, whoever this is. I don't think he's supposed to come. But watch Dalton Schultz at the top of the screen. He shows pass protection. Just a quick chip, and I think that threw him off. I'm not sure. I'm not a Washington football fan. The blitz comes. Zeke gets just enough, and just watch Dalton Schultz. I mean, again, green. They just don't do a good job in pass defense. There's a lot of green here. He went for. I'm not sure if it was going for Noah or if he was going for CD Lamb. I don't know. But we got the defensive pass interference, fortunately. But, man, Dalton Schultz is probably still running here if he gets a chance. Let's take a look at it from a pass protection standpoint. They send guys. They send more than you can block. It's 6 on 7, kind of like 6 on 6.5. Good enough block here. Not the greatest block from Zeke, but good enough to still buy him some time. Like, that's a good pickup, in my opinion. And Dalton Schultz is running open right there. I would have, dump it down, but we went for the big play. Can't throw like that off the back foot, falling back. You ain't that type of guy, man. That's not your game, Coop. That's not your game. Welcome back, MG13. Good anticipation here. Nice pocket slide. Good delivery. This is Cooper Rush's game right here. Anticipate, slide in the pocket, get it out. Gallup at the top of the route. Good delivery. Let's take a look at it from the other angle. This was Gallup's first catch back. And you could tell he was kind of stumbling out the route. He was a little nervous. He said it. But watch Cooper Rush just kind of manipulate the pocket just a little bit. Slide to the left. And gets it out. Nice anticipation. Good delivery. First down. Get Michael Gallup going here. Pre-snap, at snap motion. Holds the defensive end. Good gain. My question here, y'all. Why not more? Why not more of this? Pre-snap motion right here. Holds this defensive end. He can't come down and fire out. Get yourself 5-6 yards. Just want to see a little bit more of it. I meant to look in the chat. We good on this? We good on the music? Okay, cool. I just wanted to see more on that. Oh, so this throw, I thought this was a good throw during the game. But take a look at it from this angle, man. I think this is a fantastic throw on the move. Steps up in the pocket, moves right. This ain't an easy throw. Like, yeah, he could have threw it out here, but he elected to throw it in between this corner and this linebacker. And he hits him on the move. Celebrate, Coop. Watch Coop. Yeah, man, give me some of that. I love it. Good move here. Good throw on the move. Great catch. Welcome back, Michael Gallup. And give me some. Give me some. Yeah, Kellen. Okay, this was the second interception / DPI. These boys was just defensive pass interference all goddamn game. My question here is, did he see the flag? Because I just don't understand. I don't understand the throw. So the other angle you'll see, did he see the flag? And if he didn't, a little bit too much air. I think this is where we understand that this is not his game, throwing to the boundary. And this is why I said, did he see the flag? It looks like he's looking to, I'm guessing he's looking to come here And maybe he's under the assumption that there's going to be a flag thrown. So he just throws it up. I'm going to go ahead and say he must have saw something. But even then, I think you have to be careful with that, right? Like, I think you have to, and he sees it too. You have to throw that thing out there. Make TP go get it. Another Hawk package. We ran Hawk a lot in this game. You're going to get a play action, and you're going to get a dagger concept, meaning Noah Brown is just going to streak up the seam here. I believe, of course, yeah, that's Noah Brown. These boys be getting me confused. And then CeeDee Lamb is going to run a dagger concept with Noah Brown. I mean, this is a bucket throw. This might be one of his best throws of the year. Yeah, he could have let out here, but if we leave and he's expecting help, this might be his best throw of the season, in my opinion. This is a bucket drop. Oh, what a throw. He's open. Yes, he could have let him. Yes, but he's in stride still. Drops it right there. Takes the hit. Shout out to Noah Brown. Making me eat some crow. Making big plays. You love to see it. Let me see. Okay. Again, this is the kind of the gift and the curse of Cooper Rush. Take a look, y'all. 3rd and 8. This is still a tightly contested game here. Very close game here. 12-7. A field goal doesn't put it out of reach. So Coop's going to come out. He's going to get everybody in the right set. Hey. All right, it might be coming here. Yep. Go over there, Dalton Schultz. Calls it out, gets everybody in the right formation. You ready? We good? Move out a little bit. Okay, we set. He got them in the perfect lineup, right? Good communication. Everything's working out here. Y'all know I hate this, though. I don't like seeing Ezekiel Elliott out here, but hey, it is what it is. Now watch when Coop gets to the top of his drop, and then we'll run it back here. Gets it out to Noah Brown. Again, this is the whole, hey, that's my guy. My mind is made up. That's my guy. 1-2, boom, it's gone. The problem with that is this is a walk-in. This is a walk-in touchdown. And that then becomes kind of the gift and the curse of Cooper Rush. Yeah. Good anticipation, right? Getting it to Noah Brown on the comeback route here, but it's not a first down. It's not beyond the sticks. You got the matchup you wanted. You got the route concept you wanted. CeeDee Lamb is going to pull this linebacker just a little, or not this linebacker. Is it a linebacker? Yeah, just a little bit. He has to worry about that, and he's wide open for a walk-in touchdown. Just kind of the gift and the curse with his quick trigger, which is why I try to tell people, just because you make a decisive play doesn't mean a lot of what you think. You can decisively throw yourself out of a touchdown opportunity. You can decisively throw an interception. You can decisively throw an inaccurate ball. It's not necessarily about being decisive, right? It's about making the right decisions. And he has not made bad decisions that's cost the Cowboys, which is why you have no turnovers, fortunately. But you can see throughout these games, there's a lot of meat left on those bones. Another great design here. Oh, okay, this is the touchdown. This is the Dino concept by CeeDee Lamb. I mean, we'll get to CeeDee Lamb, but I love this concept here. I truly do. Because he's going to take these guys up the seam. And see, this is, again, they're terrible in this scheme for whatever reason. And if you see him turn his hips, we dip. But I want y'all to come back and watch CeeDee Lamb on this corner post route that gets him wide the hell open. Now, I don't know if I'm going to blame the corner too much, but I mean, hey, listen, that's not our problem that y'all can't play this guy dang on zone right. But take a look at Dalton Schultz again. He's going to get a box out at the end of this play. And Dalton sees it. Yo, you see him? Yo. Look at all that green. Now, let's run it back real quick so you can see that dino route. Watch this corner post. I'm going to show in, so he has to turn his hips inward. I'm going to show out right here, him come back out. Now watch, I think this is William Jackson III. He didn't quite flip all the way around, but he flipped enough. And I'm going to come back in. Oh, there it goes right there. When he flips like that, he know, oh, I got him. right where I want him. Boom, right back in there. Look at all this green. Look at all the green. Let's take a look at the protection. Let's take a look at the protection. And let's see what Cooper Rush was looking at here. Top of the drop, looking at this safety. All right, this safety don't want nothing to do with over here. He's trying to hover around the middle in a bit of a middle close here. Dalton Schultz knows I'm not getting this rock. I'm just trying to get here and get in front of this safety. His mind's made up, as it should be here, because CeeDee Lamb is already running wide open. Good delivery. Wide open. Tutty. Let's go. Another one. I mean, I don't know. Is this a blown aside? I don't know what Washington football people do in their coverage. It's just terrible. But you're going to see a 4-man rush. They actually get to Cooper Rush here. But I wonder if we could have held up just a little bit. So let's take a look at Tony Pollard, man. I wish we could have held up just a little bit here, but a good pocket slide. But this is the one where it was tipped. But look at all this green. And it didn't get there. This was the one where I think it was tipped. Yep, it was tipped and fortunately fell down. But something to come back to. Now, not everybody is going to play this as terribly. I don't know whose assignment this was here. Maybe it was this cornerback. But maybe this is the concept that got him a bit confused here. You're going to get Noah Brown coming underneath of Dalton Schultz again. Kind of a pick play, right? Kind of a pick play in a way, right? Get in front of the defender here. Drop back in this zone. But they knew they were guarding the sticks here on 2nd and long, I think it was. So something to possibly come back to when teams dropping that shell. Once again, play action is money. Max protection. And here's this is the last play. Here's one thing that I do appreciate about Kellen Moore since week 1. When we came into these max protects for whatever reason in week 1, we were running way too many in routes at intermediate levels. This game, he was sending these dudes on verts every single play, stretching this defense. Look at this. Look how far down the field we are here, and he just can't keep up, and we're going to get a defensive pass interference. Good pass protection. Number 3 is cooked meat, barbecue meat. Shout out to the protection here from the young tight end. And we're going to go deep. He couldn't deal with that man all game. And we'll get a pass interference. That's one of the things that we talked about with Michael Gallup yesterday. Michael Gallup is going to give you more than just what you see from a statistical standpoint because of things like this. So shout out to the Cowboys for getting it done. But as you can see there in the film breakdown, there's some stuff that the Cowboys can build on. Now, not every team is going to be as poor as the Washington football people, but not every team is going to be as good as Tampa or as good as Cincy, right? So, you'll run into more, I think, of this, more of, I respect what the Giants did, but in my opinion, the Giants play in our favor. We love when you man up on us, right? We want you to man up on us. But, man, there's a lot there, Cowboys Nation. A lot of good stuff there and a lot of things that we can build on. But what I didn't show, though, was the run stuff. It was ugly. It was really ugly. I just wanted to look at some of these passing concepts and why I continue to like what I'm seeing. But as somebody said earlier, and as we all believe, it's early in the season. I want to make sure that I stand on what I said in the offseason. The beginning of the year is usually when we see Kellen feel good about what he's doing. It's the end. And when we get to that counter punch part, we'll talk about it, right? But I got to give him credit because he got thrown a curveball early in the season, and I think they have responded. Him, Kelly, or Mike, whoever the hell you want to call it. I got to give them credit for getting a curveball thrown at him and hitting at least a double at this point, a triple, possibly a homer, if you continue to finish, winning these games. So hope y'all enjoyed the breakdown. I got a chance to see some of the things, how I see them when I'm looking at these plays here, but there are a lot of good things to build on. And if you go back and rewatch the game, whether it's broadcast or not, you'll see the things they need to improve on in regards to their run blocking. Got to get more consistent there, but we got to give kudos, right, to Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne. Got to give kudos to them boys. James says it was ugly but necessary. I love that. It was ugly. But I think the running portion of it was necessary. You got to be committed, because when you're committed, you see linebackers bite on a Matt Forniak in the Hawk package, right? You see those guys come up. You see a Jamin Davis, who's not a good, he's, in my opinion, not a really very much good linebacker, but not a good cover guy either. He bites so hard, it creates a dead zone, and now you got all this green. And it's not because you were running well. It's because you were committed. It's because you were committed. So hope y'all enjoyed the breakdown. We'll continue to do these as long as you guys enjoy them. I have fun doing them. I have fun putting them together. It's not quite a video like I used to do, but I kind of like doing it better live. Chad Pennington, King Element. Chad Pennington was one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time. I think so. Of all time. If you go look at his statistics, which is crazy to think about, because no one talks about Chad Pennington, but man, that's a good name to bring up, Chad Pennington. He had some years where he won some ball games, and then some years where you're like, he's a backup. Professor O said, I'm done with the Hawk packages. Use a tight end. I couldn't agree more. The only time I like the Hawk package is when we're in that red zone goal-to-goal situation. But what are we doing? Y'all know last year when we broke these down in the latter part of the year, I hated seeing the Hawk package on the Cowboys 30. Yeah, I'm with you. The Hawk package was cute in that little Vikings game when you had your backup and you had to do some different things, and Lyle Collins was coming back. Now, all right, Kellen, relax. Relax. Thank you, L. He says, if you're liking these in-depth game tape breakdowns and quality analysis, show your love by hitting the like button. Please do. Please, please, please. Keep sharing and keep subscribing. Let's keep this thing going for sure. Appreciate that, L. All right, phone lines. We'll keep them open for a little bit more. Quick, nice, little easy show today, man. Keep them open for a little bit more. 351-999-3787. And as I'm saying that, we get Coach coming on up in this thing. Trey, I want to see him in the slot too. There was a play when I was doing this film breakdown. It was a play action. I think it was play action. Kavonte Turpin ran. It was kind of a clear out. He wasn't really going to get the rock, but I was like, he wasn't going to be able to get it to him. A safety was back there, but I want to see more of that, man. Get that speed out there. Use that speed. All right, man, let's get Coach Maher in this thing. What's going on, Coach Maher? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Okay, 1 second. Let me step up off.
Oh, we definitely don't want to get
this guy.
Yeah, we don't want to get you in trouble. Hey, Coach, we don't want to get you in trouble, man.
No, man. Man, your film breakdowns are really great, man. I think that's a great concept, and you should stick with that concept, man. On Tuesdays, man, it's a real good concept that helps people understand what you see. So when you do your commentary, they see what you see. So
thank you, brother.
That's real good stuff. And let me tell you give you some points that I had about the team. Love the commitment to the run game.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say the creativeness of the run game had some problems with that.
Yeah, it took a step back.
Yes. It almost seems like in some ways it seems like we just gonna show a commitment to the run so we can say we ran the ball in certain times, which is still worked out for the best because it helped the play action pass. You can show you had a commitment. If we have commitment with creativity, we can be even better. Commitment with creativity, we probably could be even better. I've been watching around the league this year, And teams are making an emphasis on the run game. I watched the team of Kansas City score 41 points, but Patrick Mahomes threw the ball 27 times, and I think they ran the ball by 27 times. So if you got that balance, man, and you creative with it, you can really strike in the passing game like Cooper Rush was doing. He really struck in the passing game really well. And I think another thing that hurt our running game, Sky, and you might need to, wish we could focus in on this. I would always say how vital the tight end blocking is in the run game.
Yeah.
I think it was not as good. I don't know if Dalton Schultz was totally healthy with these cutoff blocks and not getting penetration on the ends. Which the defensive tackles stuffed the play, but the ends and outside linebackers kind of closed it down and made the hole a whole lot smaller. But I know Ferguson has been doing a great job of that in the last, especially in the Giants game. And I don't know how much Schultz's leg is really allowing him to go and do that. But I would love to see him and Hendershot in there a little bit more when it comes to the blocking aspect. And if Schultz is not really giving you anything with the catching, but I don't even think they're really targeting him like that in the passing game like they should.
Yeah, I made a joke about this. I was like, man, do Coop got something against these tight ends, man? Because, this is 3 games in a row. There was big play opportunities to be made. I think the other 2 were Jake Ferguson up the seam, wide open for monster games. And we just kind of 1, 2, 3, boom, and got it out. And then this one, Schultz could have easily had 70, 80 yards and a touchdown in this game. But there's just not, you see the difference between, Dak will throw it to Schultz and he'll make plays with Schultz. Where Coop is going to throw it to mostly Noah Brown on these type of situations. And you see that chemistry he has with Noah as opposed to the chemistry Dak has with Schultz. And maybe we'll see the tight ends get involved when Dak returns. But I think there's opportunities, and I think we should not ignore the middle of the field from the tight end standpoint moving forward.
And I got 2 other points, guys. The middle of the field. I've been preaching on every show that I've been talking to about the middle of the field, between that 10 to 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. And if we look at all the games, when we attack the middle of the field, we get big plays. Inside the numbers, when we attack the ball with the ball inside the numbers, we get big plays. I think sometimes we get so outside the numbers pass oriented sometimes, and just like you said, there are seam patterns. If we even attack the middle of the field even more with our tight end, we would have teams. When you attack the middle of the field from that 10 to 20 yards out, it makes your run game easier because automatically your linebackers don't get the same depth when they line up.
Right.
They got to get that extra half a yard, and their first preference is not trying to get people over top. Your safety still backs up a little bit. That spreads the field out and gives you just that little bit more room to be able to do anything else you want to do. And the last point I wanted to say, Sky, I know you were talking about offense, but going forward, we're going to have to get better play from our linebackers. Our linebackers are almost where they should be. Where they should be lead with the good defensive line that we have, where they should be just eating like crazy with at the line of scrimmage tackles or taking chances because you got a good defensive line. They are almost they are last in the league in tackles with our safeties and corners and D linemen have more tackles than our linebackers. And going forward, we're going to have to get some aggressive, fast linebacker play. And I will say this again, and I know you have said this, guy, and I know we have all preached it. It's time to give these guys like Cox and Hopper a chance to play the other linebacker position for their speed and their aggressiveness. The mistakes they make will be overrun because of their speed. I just believe we need more speed and aggressiveness at the linebacker position because they are not going to be the pinpoint, and they can take chances to be aggressive because we have a good defensive line and we got good safeties and good secondary. We just need somebody there that reads it and attack it and just be aggressive and not wait on it and sit and wait in the same spot the whole time. And I know you know what I'm talking about. Film doesn't allow on that.
Yeah.
So that's it's evident, and I think as we find these better teams that we're gonna play, if we don't find that, teams are gonna really start to attack that, because right now I think that's the glaring weakness to this team. If we just had a tackling machine, or a guy that wants to be a tackling machine that's aggressive, that's going to get there and going to attack the line of scrimmage. With this defensive line, I think he can rack up with tackles, because I'm watching teams all over the NFL with linebacker plays. They're making much more tackles than what our linebackers are doing.
I think next year you're going to get that guy in Damone Clark. You're going to get him for sure.
Right. And, but you know, some guy, we may have a guy that I wasn't impressed by Cox play in the preseason. I think he can. Listen, I was impressed by him because he was a very aggressive, getting in the backfield, or shooting gaps. I like him.
Who?
Cox.
Oh, Jabril. Oh, well, yeah.
Jabril Cox.
I've been trying to get Jabril out there, but yeah. I think they might be worried about Jabril handling middle linebacker duties. But my counter to that would be, all right, put Micah back at middle linebacker. Put Micah back at middle linebacker and let Micah and Jabril Cox roam out there. And then when you want to bring Micah down, see what Jabril can do if he has to play that middle. If he can't handle it, then we go back to what we know. But yeah, I'm kind of. Go ahead.
I think we rolling into the point. If we see Jabril or even Harper, because you ranked out really well, and I was very impressed by him, his aggressiveness. If we let them, if they get on the field and try, if we give them reps, they're gonna be just like the Bland. If they get on the field and get reps, it's gonna be such a glaring difference. If whoever they're getting reps for may not see the field no more.
Yeah, I'm all for it to see what happens here, because the athleticism that Harper plays with, the kind of intensity he plays with, he's one of those guys too. He's a striker. He's a guy that wants to come and hit you. I don't know I know he's a buck. He's a rookie. He's a 5th round guy. Maybe they're doing some things more that presses your mental a little bit more, Coach Marv, and they're just more confident in Anthony Barr and LVE because they know this system a little bit better. They've been around the game a little bit more. And that's all I could think about, all I could think of, because from an athletic standpoint, which isn't all football, it's not all athleticism. Those dudes have it in spades. But sometimes if you know where for instance, Anthony Barr, week 2, Cincinnati, not the most athletic dude anymore like he used to be, but you saw his high football IQ and he was making plays before they even happened. So maybe that's what it is, Marv. But I'll be interested to see
that. But the craziest thing about it is, if I saw the high IQ from maybe LVE, I would say that, but I don't see that. So what my thing is, this guy, I think right now, and me and you agree, if you just had a young, aggressive guy with all those other good players around him, you're not really asking him to be the best. The only thing you're telling him is to see it and go, because we got other guys that playing there. So now you just can be ultimately aggressive and just throw things to the wall, and you'll make plays because we got other guys that's giving you opportunity to make plays that they have to be concentrated on, like the Parsons, the Curses, the guys up front, the D-Laws. Now you just have to be aggressive and take chances, and I think that would improve this defense a whole lot, even more than what it is.
That's why I'm asking myself or you or whomever, or not even asking, saying, I think the issue is we don't know what they're asking of these linebackers from a mental standpoint, because the one thing I do notice Anthony Barr doing a lot is getting guys in place. I don't think Devin Harper and Jabril Cox are ready for that just yet. So I think that's my only observation, is that maybe they are asking these linebackers to do more than what we are aware of, and that, a rookie 5th round pick in Jabril Cox, who is not a middle linebacker, I completely understand that. I'm kind of just more selfishly want to get him on the field. And then Micah, I think we would be fine doing it, but they're moving Micah all around. So I just think they're putting a little bit more on the plate of LVE and Anthony Barr and trust them to execute it more right now. And to be fair, they haven't been such an egregious liability to your defense, which is averaging 15 points per game. And you know what I'm saying? And the numbers keep going down. if the Cowboys were not a good defense and they were just getting gashed, when I say gashed, not just in the run game, but the pass game, scoring all over them, taking advantage of these backers, I think then you go and make a move. I think because they haven't yet, that they're looking at this thing as, okay, let's continue to try to get better there. And then if we need to make a move, we got guys in the tuck that we can do that with.
Yeah, thanks so, man. But Scott, like I always, man, great show, man. And keep that concept with the film study, man, is good for, I learn a lot, even though I've been around football a lot. And I'm sure your listeners learn a lot, man. Keep pushing those ideas. And maybe Kellen needs to get a little bit more commitment, but I still say he needs to be in the box.
I remember that.
And maybe this guy, he could have seen those things if he was in the box.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think he did. And, man, I don't want to go back to that because I'm with you. I think he'd be much better up there. Appreciate you, Coach.
All right, man.
Yeah, me and Coach talking about that in the offseason. Kellen Moore in the box. I do want to get to something that Bear said way earlier in all this. He said, Sky, did I mention Kellen Moore, what Kellen Moore said about he wants to throw the ball, but he is understanding now about how important it is to run the rock. Kellen, what? I'm going to go watch that. I didn't. I don't like listening to Kellen Moore's interviews. I have to because of my job. But I got through Coach McCarthy's interview. Going to listen to Quinn's today, and I'll get to the Kellen Moore one. He said that I want to throw the ball, but he's now understanding how important the run game is. Oh, geez. Interesting. Let's see. Jay says, I disagree. Maybe somebody in the chat or on the phone. LVE hesitates downhill and gap sometimes, and I think that's pretty sus. I get he doesn't want to get hurt, but you can't be hesitant to make the play and tackle and be physical. Yeah, he's inconsistent with that for sure. Run with the purpose, Marcus Hardison. Always talk about dribbling with the purpose. Every play should be set up for something else off of it, in my opinion. But, hey, I'm no coordinator. L said he saw Kellen Moore say that. He basically admitted out loud that he's learning how important the run game is now. That's crazy. Usually my man would have something like that on Twitter to be. No. How is that going unnoticed? You know what I mean? But somehow, some way, there are people who would not hold him accountable. We don't want to go back on that. Let's get Reek, and I think we'll be good on the lines. I'll keep him open while Reek's on, but then we'll close him when he's done. What's good, Reek?
Yo, what's going on?
What's up with you?
What's going on, Sky? What's going on, Cowboy Nation, man? Me personally, man, I don't care if Jabril Cox is not a natural middle linebacker, and I don't care if
I know where this is going.
Harper is a 5th round draft pick. Man, you can teach some dudes to learn how to move those defensive linemen and tap them, to line them up where you think they're about to run the balls to. Man, LV is not special. Bro. He make, like my man said, he out there making business decisions, not to stick his nose in there to try to to avoid a car collision. That's not football, bro. Football, if you're a middle linebacker, bro, you gotta stick your nose in there, man. You gotta go in there and make it dirty. You know what I mean? So the other people can get to the ball. You know, so you can help all these safeties back there. We can't continue to have the safeties out here hitting these tight ends and hitting these running backs like that. Them dudes gonna get injured. You know what I mean? And you know Donald is he was always getting injured since he's been getting.
You're right. Before you move on from Dono, man, God, he's killing it. I'm just so happy for Donovan Wilson because I think we kind of forgot about him. Well, when I say we, I mean as a collective of a group. But Donovan Wilson has been balling. He's looking like the Donovan Wilson from 2020 where, I was excited for him in 2021 until he got hurt. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, that's why you got to get a better middle linebacker than LVE, man, because he's not sticking his nose in there. That's why people look at Curses getting hurt, because they got to do most of this tackling. LVE is not doing a lot of tackling. Barr's doing more tackling than LVE. Barr's not getting blown up like LVE is. You know what I mean? And I feel like a person like Harper will be excellent next to Anthony Barr, because Anthony Barr can help him wherever he's slacking at. I feel like Kurtz can help him too, because we need a young, athletic, physical linebacker out there, somebody that's not scared of physicalness. LVE don't want the smoke, man. I'm tired of seeing it, because he's going to get exposed, especially against this Rams team. They gonna run. They gonna come at him. I see it. I was watching how San Francisco was playing last night against these dudes. The reason that San Francisco beat these dudes because they have physical linebacker play and physical line play. You can't have a physical front line and not physical linebackers and go against teams like that. They will expose us, man. I'm telling you. And Philly gonna try to do the same thing.
Oh.
Let's not let a team like, no, I'm just saying, let's not let a team like the Rams expose us and Philly go look at it like,
Philly ain't going to need to look at that. Philly ain't going to need to look at that. Philly knows us. And the reason why I said, is because the one thing that we've been talking about this whole offseason and going into the season about LVE is that when teams misdirect him, he doesn't have the athleticism to recover. LVE needs a straight away line. We understand that. LVE doesn't like to deal with the traffic. He doesn't like to deal with I keep repeating myself, but I know how much you hate LVE, and you keep repeating yourself as well. But yeah, we completely understand.
It's not a hate for me. It's not a hate for me. I just see what I see. It's not a hate. I'm just saying. It's like
you don't like.
We made plays.
I get it. You call in every single time, and you bring up LVE like somebody said in the chat. Cold Jelly. Reek about to put LV on child support because he said he talk about him like he gets scorned.
I can't stand that dude, man. Because
I trust
like
me.
That dude, man. He's not.
But then you not listening to my show, Reek. Now y'all know we don't come on here and be lying. We know LVE is one of those replacement level players. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. But you can't stand this man, bro. We could be talking about Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper and Cooper Rush and Mike McCarthy. Be like, I'm going to let y'all finish, but LVE ain't shit.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I can't stand that dude. Bro.
I know.
I just
look. Is you for LVE? Is Trey for Anthony Brown? We gotta get some more, but y'all funny, man. Y'all funny. But no, listen, it's not that I disagree with what you're saying. I just don't want to sound like I'm on a broken record in regards to LVE. He is what he is. He is an upgradable player to me. I would love to see some of these younger athletic guys go in. To just kind of be a little bit more on the analyst side as opposed to the fan side, so we can conversate. Like I said to Coach Maher, I wonder if it's because they're asking these guys to do more from a mental standpoint, and that's why, they're not putting the young guys in. That's my only ask. So I would ask Dan Quinn that question.
Man, I look at it like this. What is LV going to do? LVE ain't intercepting nothing. LVE ain't about to go
not just LVE. Anthony Barr.
Down, pause on.
Anthony Barr as well. Neither of them are playing when I say consistent, LVE is consistently getting tackles, but he's not making plays in the backfield. But neither of them have been like eye opening from a consistent basis. Is what I'm getting at. I'm trying to hold everybody accountable here. Neither of them have been consistent.
Yeah, I understand, but Barr get a little bit more leash though. He get a little bit more leeway. He just came to Dallas. You know what I mean? And the dude, he just came to Dallas. He get a little bit more leeway than Leighton Vander Esch, because Leighton Vander Esch been doing this shit.
I personally
don't care
about. I don't care about no leeway. Are you playing well or not? Are you able to be upgraded from or not? And right now, both of those guys are playing just good enough to not be pulled. But I'll agree with what you said. I don't want to get to a point where we're now being reactive as opposed to proactive. But I just think we're slight. I think your disdain for LVE. While yes, he's upgradable, but Jesus Christ, you act like he out there just being terrible. He hasn't been terrible either, though, bro.
Man, that's Jalen Smith number 2, bro. That's
who?
Jalen Smith number 2, bro. He's Jalen Smith number 2, bro. He going down the field to tackle somebody instead of trying to blow up the play in the hole. He getting olayed out of the hole.
I mean, he has
that's
one
all
miss.
I gotta say, man. But
yeah. All right. Appreciate you, Rick.
I'm about to get up on this phone. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. All right, Cowboy Nation. Hey, I'm still feeling good about that win. Let's go, man. It's Ram week. Oh yeah. The team hey man, I can't put it on the rest of the team. The team doing their job. Okay. It's just one person. I see like that dude right there, boy.
Right. Appreciate
but
you.
Let's go.
Reed called in on Monday after the dub and said, "Man, LVE." Called in Tuesday. I know you talking about offense, but man, LVE. Trying to get LVE up out of here. I feel you, bro. But man, your passion of this disdain, ain't the word, for LVE. We all need somebody to love us as much as Reek hates LVE. I mean, if we get that in the world will be all right, man. Love you. We appreciate you, dog. Yeah, man. Listen, I'm upgradable. I don't know how much more I got to say about it. 100% upgradable. Trey, when Trey's calling in, I know you about to troll somebody. Trey, what up?
Oh man, I ain't trying to troll Mr. Like, share, and subscribe. I was just for people like me that just don't like AB and just don't like LVE. Just one day, just mix it in your show or do it at 3:00. Just go and give us just a full 4 games of AB. Just tape. Just give it to it. Just his plays. Or LVE, because we know he getting washed up. Like, they on his ass out there, bro. That's why he mad. I understand his pain. I don't want to keep harping on him. I kind of think it might be a race thing, bro, or something. Because everybody's just on his ass.
Who?
But he not that good. Barr not that good. Brown not that good, but if we got tape on them, we might ease up. Anthony Brown stepped up for like 1 game. I apologize and took that shit back. I just didn't want to call in and say that shit. But say, man.
Hold up.
Yeah, we need tape. No, we need all 22, bro.
All right. I mean, okay. I listen. I'll chop up all of the tackles and all of this and all of that, the bad, the good for these guys at some point. But
please.
Here's what I'll say.
Because it's a lot. Because I'm reading these comments and listening to these people's frustration, and we need that, bro, because they be getting cooked, and that's why we be at home pissed off. I be next to my daddy listening to him being pissed off because of AB getting cooked.
The Cowboys are top 3 in points scored, number 2 in sacks. Like, I don't know. Listen, bro. I get it. They're both upgradable players. I agree with y'all. Yeah. But the way I think what's happening, Reek, I think what's happening, Trey, is that again, we are so in this toxicity. We are so in it, bro, that it's like, nah. I got to find what the hell is wrong, and I got to be pissed off about it.
No, man.
I feel like that's what's happening, fam. If we were getting whooped on week in, week out, if teams were scoring all these points on us week in, week out, I would be as irate. The reason why I'm not as irate, hold on, is because both of these guys have done good things, they've done bad things. And I completely understand you are just not going to have a bunch of Pro Bowlers at every player. You're not every position.
Right.
You're not going to have a bunch of even good players at every position. If I can surround my top end dudes and my good players with an average guy here or there, that's the reality of the NFL. And the reality is that's a damn good unit. But I digress.
Yeah, but we see people that's better than them average guys running out there with a broken neck, or just somebody that's reaching and grabbing, bro, and get cooked every time, bro. Just put somebody get hurt that we think is less than, and somebody replace him and go out there and get kicked.
I'm getting cooked.
Reek and Trey cooking me, man.
But anyway, we just need the tape.
All right, I got you. I'll see what I can do.
Please, thank you.
Do these dudes got me out here putting the cape on for LV and Anthony Brown? What is happening? What is happening? Y'all got me out here putting on this damn cape for Duke. Now listen, AB's a bit different. AB gained my respect last year. I haven't really been intently focused on AB. Not gonna lie to you, but y'all finna make me. Y'all know how I feel about LVE, but am I wrong? Am I wrong for being like, yeah, yo, listen, hey man, yeah, we gotta improve on those dudes. But y'all hate like. All right, let me lock these phones up. What y'all talking about? Let me get the set off, Chris, real quick. But I want to make this clear. I want to put this on record. I am not the biggest LVE fan. Y'all know this, and you know this, man. Like y'all know this. AB has garnered my respect, but are we looking for perfection? Which is fine. Like I get it. Like, we want to be the perfect defense, and I'm willing to upgrade. I want to upgrade. I want to see some different things. But damn it, y'all really about to make me go back and look like, damn, this dude suck that bad. Like I know they, some things they do ain't good, but they suck that bad. I ain't saying it yet. Set it off, Chris. Man, what's good, bro?
I want to see some asses shaking. I want perfection in my Morris Day voice. God damn.
Like, I feel them. I love the passion. I feel them, but then I got to be that guy to be like, but we are like one of the best defenses in the league with those dudes on the field.
You got a top 3 defense. And the only thing you can complain about is a guy that's playing his 2 guys who you have upgradable guys, but you're not really sure. Because if you take AV off the field, are we still in love with Kelvin Joseph? Because I pretty much think they want to put Deron Bland outside, but I need Deron Bland in the slot just in case Jay can't play.
Yeah. I think I might want to keep Deron in that slot, man. He just seemed, he could do, I think, both, but I love to see him in that slot. He looking good.
Yeah, so that's what I don't see about him. But the one that gets me with LVE, yeah, I got a question like everybody else. You want to find out what's going on with Cox. So, yeah, I feel that. But it's not like this. To say that dude is Jalen Smith, man, that's disrespectful. That's wrong. That's blasphemous. You might want to go to church and just repent or do something because he's not that bad. He's not that bad. And Jalen was bad at the end. But here's my question for you, brother, and I want to just – get back on the line and laugh and cry and laugh with tears out my eyes because these dudes is going in on these cats.
I love it. They clicking.
Dude, they killing it. With O-line, my question is, what is the reason why we're not playing Peters? In your opinion, why we're not playing Peters in left guard? Because I'm just trying to figure that out. Because this rotation with Fournier and Connor McGovern, because in my mind, Connor McGovern is only a swing right guard. He's not even a swing left guard. He's a swing right guard. Like, that's all he can do. So my feeling is, what is the holdup with playing Peters full time? At least get him in full time now to get him acclimated because the boss fight is week 6. The boss fight is week 6 with a rotation of Hargroves, Fletcher Cox, and Jordan Davis on first and second down. That's the boss fight.
Milton Williams, that interior is going to be a problem. Are we getting to the point where we're starting to see a trend? Week 1, interior struggled with Vita Vea and those boys.
Yes.
Week 2,
sir.
DJ Reader was a problem.
DJ Reader
for Fournier.
No.
Boys.
DJ Reader was algebra 1.
Right.
DJ Reader was algebra 1.
Week 3. Yeah. Week 3. I said this going into week 3 about Fournier. Like I said, I think he's going to have his better game because they don't have the same matchups inside. Dexter Lawrence is a good player. Don't get me wrong, but he gave a lot of trouble to Tyler Biadasz, and they weren't lining Dexter Lawrence up every play over there. And whereas DJ Reader was lined up, it seemed like over most of the game. And then last week, obviously, Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne. There is a clear pattern developing here that we can't ignore, and that's the interior of the offensive line is its most suspect group, which we already knew. But not only is it suspect, but it's borderline liability. Week one, it pretty much gave up a touchdown. It stopped the touchdown from happening because you got blown up. Week two, right. A lot of your runs, your successful runs were outside. You had a few on the inside, but DJ Reader did his thing. Week three, they crushed it on the outside. They crushed that defense in general. So they did have a great game. Then last week, it just fell back apart. So we got 3 out of 4 weeks where the interior has struggled pretty badly. So I think we need to figure something out there. And like I said earlier, set it off, Chris. If it's going to be Jason Peters, he needs to get in there because he's still filling out what left guard is like, and you can tell.
Right. And so that's why a double switch is way too much of like putting Smith back at guard and putting Peters back at tackle where he's more comfortable. But I kind of want to keep Smith where he's at because of the way he's playing. Because if you were going to make that switch, you probably should have did it 2 weeks ago, to get him acclimated. But that's my greatest fear, because if we can't run the football, see, this is the domino effect I see. If you don't play Peters at guard or move Smith in the guard to get your left side better and to help your interior, then it's going to be the point that you can't run. And then if you can't run, then it goes back to 30, 40 passes a game, which nobody wants to see. And in the next 2 weeks, that has got to be your focal point of getting that right. I think outside you can handle your business. Whoever you put out there, Steele's going to handle his business. Peters or Smith is going to be fine outside. But what you do inside predicates how this whole thing goes. And God forbid it doesn't get better. Rain comes back, and you got a whole nother news cycle of just trash you got to deal with. So that's my biggest question, man. And I'll put that out there, man. That's gonna be something me and Brandon gonna probably dive in on in the next week or so. But that's all I was thinking about, bro. And just laughing, tears of joy over here, man. Because nobody gets it in like Cowboys Nation.
No.
Nobody does, man. Nobody eats their own like the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, man, we got high standards here. I appreciate it, dog.
Hey, man, high standards is one thing, but daggum, man, we just won 3 games in a row. We still trying to replace everybody. We still trying to replace people who are actually playing well, man. I mean, here's my question. If we don't like Anthony Brown, right, because he gets yards, because he gives up yards, then why are we sitting here fussing and fighting with people in the world about Trayvon Diggs last year when he gave up yards? If he ain't giving up touchdowns, who gives a damn?
One touchdown a game.
One touchdown. Have a good one, bro. I'll listen in, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, make sure y'all check out. It's I almost said set it off Chris on YouTube, but make sure y'all check out y'all podcast. Let them know where they can find you and Brandon on Frankly Football.
Yeah. You just find us on Frankly Football, man, on YouTube, man. We just two passionate guys, man. Love the Dallas Cowboys. Want to talk about them all the time and want to just kick it with y'all, man. But y'all can find us there. We tape on Tuesdays and Fridays, man. We try to get it in and go from there. But come check us out, man. Give us a listen, man. If you think we crazy, tell us we crazy. If you think we right, tell us we right. And we'll go from there, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Chris.
Appreciate you, man. Peace.
Tell you what I'm going to do for y'all. Because tomorrow, am I good? Yeah. Tomorrow we are obviously going to talk about the defense. We'll talk about what I've seen on the defensive tape and then our matchup with the Rams offense. But I will intently watch, I'll watch them when I watch tape. I'll intently watch LVE and AB, and I'll report back. And if they were hot garbage in that game on Sunday, I would let y'all know I thought they were hot garbage. 100%. We'll do it. I feel like I'm going to see the same things I always see with LVE, so pretty much nothing new. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, somebody asked me about him yesterday. I said, honestly, I can't give you that assessment yet. I got to go back and watch the game. But the best play that stood out was him setting up Neville Gallimore for that sack, right? But I think it's AB that I want to watch tomorrow because I know the touchdown pass is the one, but I got to go look at some more. So I got y'all, man. I promise you, I got y'all. And on record, I'm not an LVE guy. Y'all need L. Appreciate you, L, for the donation. He said, Grandpa Sky, we need the Cash App typed out again. I got you, man. If you want to support via monetarily, not asking for you. I know I don't do that. You can do so via Cash App so you don't get taxed here via YouTube. So appreciate that. One more call. We done for the day. We hit overtime, but hey, it was fun, man.
Sky?
240. What it is, what it do? Who this?
It's Tone from DMV.
Tone from DMV. What's good, Tone?
Yeah, man. What's up, Sky, man? Hey, I'm listening to everybody. I hear them on their frustration about LV and Bar, man. It's funny. I don't think Bar or LV is that bad to me. You know what I'm saying? But they definitely is upgradable. I feel like
Sure.
I feel like they could replace LVE with Cox, and then when what's his name, Clark, get back healthy or whatever and stuff like that, he's moving around like he was in college or stuff, you could replace, both of them, right?
Oh,
you
100%.
I think
yeah, go ahead.
I think if real quick, I was just gonna say, I think if just say for instance, hypothetically, if Clark was soon to come back and he's back to, like he's practicing or something like that, and he's almost ready to that point where he could play, I would say you can low key remove, move like Barr into like that type of like edge type of role. Let him just rush the passer to me. You know what I'm saying? I think he's
a Sam
doing
Backer.
that.
He's kind of doing Sam Backer things though. If you go look at where he's been lined up, he is doing the Sam Backer things. I just want to put Micah back in the middle. I do.
Yeah, because I was gonna say you can actually let Barr do
in the middle.
the Micah stuff. You could let Barr do the Micah stuff, to be honest, and then have Micah and Cox, and that'd be just straight flying. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But my questions though was I had two questions sort of. One, I was gonna say any updates on Bohanna.
Yeah,
And,
they're gonna Bohanna and Brown are gonna be practicing this week, so they'll monitor their activity. But so far, so good.
Okay, cool. And also, I was gonna say, do you see them adding like another one technique? You know what I'm saying? Because you know how Ridgeway got picked up by the Commanders. So I was thinking like, are they gonna have another one technique to replace them? I mean, I know they ain't meant to, like cut them and then let them go like that. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to keep them, but I'm just saying, you think they got somebody or thinking about replacing them with somebody?
I think that guy is Carlos Watkins. Carlos Watkins, low-key, was your best one tech last year. Now, he's not the 340-pound Quentin Bohanna or the 330-pound Ridgeway, but he did some good things at one tech for you last year, and he got bigger. He's definitely over 300 now, or at least he looked it. So I think Carlos Watkins is that guy they'll call up.
Okay, you think Carlos Watkins is like that? Yeah, or that good?
He played well last year.
I don't think he's
man.
bad though. I don't think he's bad. Bro.
I mean, I think he's probably better than what you got out on the streets. He's played in this system. He's a veteran. He did well in his role last year for the most part, and he doesn't have to come in here and be a guy that you're leaning on. He could just be a part of this rotation. Play 20, 25 snaps a game. So. Yeah, I think Los might be your best option at this point, unless you're trading for a difference-making type of guy or trading for an upgrade to Carlos Watkins. But realistically speaking, I think Los is that guy.
I feel you. Yeah, but that's all I really had to ask and say. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get my little 2 cents to, talk about that. But yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate the show. Love the show.
Thanks, man. Appreciate calling in. Hey, call in some more. I don't quite remember you talking to you before, so call back in.
Yeah, no, this is my first time. I really don't do, I always listen. But, yeah, this is my first time. But, yeah, I definitely call in more.
All right, man.
All right, man. Thanks.
Peace. And that'll wrap up the phone lines for today. Good stuff, man. We even had a little bit of fun. Yeah, a little bit of fun. What I'm going to do right after I get off of this, pretty much going to grab something to bite to eat. Pop in the tape, and we're going to watch this defense, man. I think I'm going to have more fun watching this defense because they harassed Carson Wentz. So we'll look at that. Take a look at our guys, LVE and AB. I'm also honestly and not just going to be looking at those dudes, man. Deron Bland, so excited to see him get a shot there in the slot. Somebody asked in there, let's get to the chat real quick. Somebody asked in the slot or in the chat, is J. Lou going to get his spot back? Well, surprisingly, maybe I missed this. Y'all let me know. I didn't hear anything about Jordan Lewis's update. I could have missed it in the presser with McCarthy. I was kind of multitasking. But I wonder if J. Lou's groin injury is significant enough to put him in IR. If so, I think that's a wrap. Just hold tight, y'all. Just hold tight. I think it's a wrap. We talked about this in the offseason, how we believed that Deron Bland was playing like cornerback 4. What we didn't fully know until last week when Diggs went out is they don't really care about 3-4. There are roles. And Bland is the backup to the slot. KJ, Kelvin Joseph, is the backup to the boundary corner. You can move on from Jordan Lewis if they elect to, which if they elect to next year. Oh yeah. Oh. He gone. He's done. He's done. If Deron Bland, if he's out on Casimir said fake IR, it depends, right? Like if the groin is something like, yo, you might miss 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm putting him on IR. If it's anything 2 or more weeks, I'm putting him on IR because now I can free up that spot because you're going to have to free up a spot for Will Grier. If Dak Prescott doesn't come back until the Philly game or after the Philly game, you can't keep calling him up. You used your final third call up for Will Grier. So somebody has to go. And here's why I say it's a wrap. Not only because I just think, I just love the way that Deron Bland played in preseason. He won me over big time. He was a guy that I wasn't sure, like, man, I don't know how he gonna make the team unless he balls out. Well, he balled out. He balled out. And he won me over. You can save $5 million on the cap no matter when you release Jordan Lewis. You can do a pre-6-1 release, June 1st, $5 million. You can post him 6-1, $5 million. Or you can try to get a trade and get something for him, which I would try to do. But yeah. Unless Deron Bland gets in there and absolutely stinks or he gets hurt again, I don't see how he's not here. Now, for good measure, do Anthony Brown. I think AB is in the last year of his deal. Yes, he is. So AB is in the last year of his deal. Man, we so far ahead. No one ended on this and being irresponsible. AB's on the last year of his deal. If he doesn't get hurt, I think it depends how he finishes out this season. But I have to believe, I just have to believe that Kelvin Joseph will show enough and give them enough confidence to say, we drafted you in the second round so that we do not have to pay AB again. So I would, this early, as of 10-4, I would move on and just Kelvin Joseph, Bland, Diggs. Let's roll. And there's been some donations. Let me get to the donations and we're going to get up out of here and make sure I don't miss any of those. Because my guy, I can't do it quite good as my man Vach, but landlord from Alabama. Shout out to my man. Killing it over there on YouTube. He dropped 5 in the super chat. And said, what's happening, Sky and Bomb Squad? I feel like we should just give Fowler some more run and let Micah go back to linebacker and play Jabril. We would be set. Listen. Man, I love the idea. I love it. Like we keep on looking for, Jabril, maybe we slide Jabril inside. Maybe we get Devin Harper. Maybe, we got a linebacker, a middle one. His name is Micah. Put his ass back in the middle. First, second downs. Third and shorts, maybe like 31s or whatever. And when it's passing downs, or when the game script determines that they have to throw the rock, Yeah, now you put him out there exclusively at defensive end. But I never wanted him to be exclusively at defensive end unless you got that linebacker position squared away. And it looked, again, LVE's your middle guy. It's not even Barr. Barr's playing more the Sam situation. So, yeah, I'm with you, bro. Let's see. We good? Thorpe dropped $2 in the super chat earlier. Didn't say nothing, just supporting.
Super chat.
I think. Oh, Smoke Your 14 earlier said.
Super chat.
Sky, you know when I was done with LVE, when Micah pushed him out the way in the Vikings game last year, I was like, what the heck? He is slow, man. Yeah. When Micah pushed him out, that's how I knew that that's not when I knew, but it reminded me when LVE was like, and I know we have fun with this. Hey man, you can't make all the plays. Micah said, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm gonna make this play. Yeah. Eagles are trash. Shout out to my guy. Come on now. Nope.
Super chat.
Super chat. If we would have just paid Bobby Wagner, none of this would be an issue. Our D is top 5 in every category. Let these guys do their job in almost every category except running, right? Like the two caveats is week 1 and week 4 with the rush yards were extremely high. So, I get it. And then Coach Marv, he got more super chats than I thought today. It's actually my bad, y'all.
Super chat.
Coach Marv, thank you for the donation. He says, Sky, with Kellen's inexperience in running game, we need a run game coordinator to help him with the run game, play calling, maybe Coach Philman. You got to let me know who Philman is. I know Mike Munchak was a guy that was out there. I would have loved to bring in here because he would bring a run game coordination to this whole operation. I'm with you. It's shocking that he said what he said. I'm going to go back. Thank you. I think it was Bear who told me. I'm going to go back and listen to that. Hear the context, hear the tone. And Kellen Moore, who now understands we got to run the rock. Now, he's finally coming around to understanding not just running the rock, but understanding the importance of what the run game can be. So now, build on top of that. Build a run game coordination, right? Scheme, whatever. And he started that with the Giants and then kind of went back. And then Smoke Your 14 with the last 2 donations of the day.
Super chat.
He says, Sky, my man is now lying, bro. I'm telling you. I think he said maybe something on the phone.
Super chat.
And then another one, $5. Appreciate it. He says, they really need to stop faking Turpin and give it to him. So many times he would have got it and got yards on it. Yeah. Yeah, we need to start putting, when your offense is stagnant as it's been, because make no mistake about it, this has still been a bottom third offense from every statistical category imaginable. Points, all that stuff. Well, points actually, they're scoring like 21 points. That's middle of the road, to be honest. That's right in the middle, literally. But other than that, it's not really an impressive offense, an efficient offense, but it's enough because your defense is ridiculous. But I always say when you got kind of a herky-jerky situation, put it in your playmaker's hands. Turpin can take one of those. Like when your offense is going field goal, punt, field goal, punt, touchdown, field goal, punt, touchdown. Like in between all that, let's give it to Turpin, see if he can break one. Slot, yeah, Trey, something, man. Get him involved. He's a playmaker. Well, Will, I think Will, that's because of the first game. 3 points. He says we're 30th in the NFL, 15 points per game. But the last 3, I think we're averaging 22 points per game, 21 points per game, which is above average from the league average of points scored. But if you can get 22 points per game, the way this defense is playing, it's playing with fire, but your defense is also fire. So, all right, we done went into super overtime today, y'all. Do me a favor on the way out. Hit that like button. Tune in later to Mauricio Rodriguez on A to Z Sports Primetime and catch your boy later on the Voch Lombardi live show over on the Volume. We'll be talking more about this game. And I'm going to go check out this defense, y'all. We're going to go look at this defense. Get up out of here. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to press this button. Y'all be good. Y'all be well. Take care of your mentals and your chicken. Don't let nobody deter you from. I said that. Deter you. I said that on Twitter. Don't let nobody. Whether it's a job, whether it's a significant nothing. Don't let nobody take care of your mentals and your chicken. I love y'all. We out here.